I've been asked if there was one formula to be a highly successful person, what would that formula be? And I have to defer to maybe the smartest man on the planet now, and certainly one of the best investors and money-making people of all time, Charlie Munger. He is the business partner of Warren Buffett, self-made billionaire, and Bill Gates says he's the smartest person he's ever met. And Charlie Munger says these exact words: the best way to get what you want is to deserve what you want. How could it be otherwise? It's not crazy enough that the world is looking for a lot of undeserving people to reward. If I had to sum up what that means in a couple words, I would just say massive skills. He said to get what you want, you have to deserve it. And how do you deserve it? You deserve it by being massively skilled at whatever you want. And this isn't just a hypothesis. This is what you see in the world. I'll give you an example. Everybody wants to be a billionaire, or a lot of people would love to be Bill Gates, have $40, $50 billion. But I was reading an interview about Bill Gates, and he said from age 20 to age 30, I never took one day off, not even one. He built massive skills, starting at 12. He was into computers, and he was focused, and he built a massive skill set from 12 to 20, and then 20 to 30. He stuck with it more than I ever would have. And he deserves what he got more than I do. That's why he has what he has, and I have what I have. Warren Buffett has this interesting kind of test you can do on yourself. He says, imagine you're back in high school, and you have the ability to choose one other person in the class, and you'll get 10% of all the money they ever earn in life. How would you select what person to bet on in your high school senior class? Would you go by the person who was the best looking, the tallest, the prettiest, the person who got the best grades or had the best parents? Best environment? Probably not. You would bet on a set of skills, some of them tangible and some of them intangible. You'd probably bet on somebody who was faithful, hardworking, honest, knew how to get along with people, knew how to focus, knew how to delegate, knew how to organize their day, built a lot of skills in a specific industry, was patient enough to stay in that industry for long enough. That's who you would bet on. And who would you bet against? If you had to bet against somebody in your high school senior class, who would you bet against? I would probably bet against somebody who was lazy, who never could focus, who didn't know what they wanted to do, who made people not like them by being annoying, who blah, 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 spent more than they earned, all these bad set of skills. So what Warren Buffett said, he said his mentor, Benjamin Graham, who's basically the man who invented investing in the stock market, or current theories in investing in the stock market, he said Benjamin Graham, my mentor, had a simple rule of life. He would look for people who had what he wanted, and he would mimic them, and he would look at people that he didn't like their life, and he would do the opposite. What he was really saying is he would find people who deserved it in life, who had a lot of skills, and he would mimic them. So the long answer short, if you want to be successful, if I want to be successful, we have to deserve it. And there's a couple interesting, sub-caveats to this understanding of being successful. I was reading about Kobe Bryant, the professional basketball player, one of the great basketball players of all time. And obviously, he's 6'6" tall, and he's really athletic. He has a good set of genetics. But so do all the 400 players in the NBA professional, basketball league. So it's not just that this guy's good because he has good genetics, because everyone does. But I was reading about him, and it says he goes to practice like everyone else. He works out like everyone else. And then in addition to that, at the end of practice, he'll shoot 800 shots on his own a day. 800 made shots. It takes him an extra 4 hours. And then I was reading about him that every day, to take care of his body, he takes a 20-minute ice bath, which, is not the most fun thing in the world. And then I was reading about his diet. He hasn't eaten sugar, any candy for like 8 months. And he said, it takes discipline, but look at the reward. So when you look at a professional basketball player that's one of the greatest of all time, it's like he wasn't born great. He deserved it. There's an interesting book called Bounce, and it's the story of what makes people talented. And it asks the question, is it genetic? Is it how you grew up? Did Mozart, he was great at 5 years old, but is that because he was born that way? And it basically says that's a myth. They said people work at it. Even Mozart, the reason he was amazing at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 was because he started when he was 1. And he built a set of skills. And I can tell you from my own experience, I have yet ever, even one time, to meet somebody who is highly successful, makes a lot of money, is an A-list actor, whatever you name, the top of the game in the world. I've never met one that I didn't think deserved it, ever. Piano players, they might be, naturally a little bit talented, but they're playing 8, 10 hours a day. They're practicing their skill. So the answer is, what's the one formula? If you had to have one thing that you took away from everything we're talking about, it would be build massive amounts of skill. And I don't want to read this quote. I wrote down this quote. I keep this in my head. And it says, it's what Charlie Munger says is the basic formula for this deserve it factor. He says, spend each day trying to be a little wiser than you were when you woke up. Discharge your duties faithfully and well. Step by step you get ahead, but not necessarily in fast spurts. But you build discipline by preparing for fast spurts. Slug it out 1 inch at a time, day by day. At the end of the day, if you live long enough, most people get what they deserve. I'm going to repeat that. At the end of the day, if you live long enough, you will get what you deserve. Let's think of it in a negative. A fat person, someone who's obese, extremely unhealthy. 99 out of 100 times, if you went back through their life, you would see all the things you don't want. You would see somebody that day by day became a little fatter. They discharged their diet a little bit more unfaithfully. And step by step, not necessarily in fast spurts, they got obese. 1 inch at a time, day by day. And guess what? At the end of the day, if those people live long enough, their weight will be what they deserve by what they did. And I don't mean this as an indictment or to make fun of any specific set of people. We all have our problems. But this is a profound thought. And for whatever reason, it's completely lost. People think that the reason they don't have enough money, or that they're not happy in their marriage, or they're not happy, wealthy, wise, fulfilled, because they somehow are missing, maybe they're not visualizing right, or one little thing. No. Wherever you are, it's what you deserve. If you look in your bank account, I guarantee you that it's probably the amount of money that you deserve you'll find in there. If you're day by day building a lot of financial skills, day by day executing well, taking the example of wise and smart people, your bank account will go up. And if your bank account is always in trouble, it is because day by day, step by step, you've been going in the wrong direction. And you don't deserve to have money in there. Your salary is probably what you deserve. If you deserve to make $1 million a year, somebody will pay you $1 million a year. But you got to be honest and look at yourself in an unbiased way and go, what do I really deserve? This is kind of like the golden rule. The golden rule says, treat others like you want to be treated. In the same way, we can talk about this for success. The golden rule is be the person that you think deserves whatever you want. If you want $1 million, be the person that you've seen that deserved to have made $1 million. That simple. Think on this a lot. I think on this almost every day. And every day I think I really understand this deserve it principle. And every day I realize that I probably underestimated it the day before. It's a profound thought, and it's the gateway to everything you want in life. Being healthy, wealthy, in love, loved by others, fulfilled in what you do, wealthy in material things and non-material things, healthy in body and mind. It all comes from what you deserve. So whatever area in life you don't like right now, remember, you probably deserve what you have now, and the only way to reverse the trend is to deserve something better. And the only way to deserve it is to have massive skills. If you want to be massively healthy, you need to do, Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do 1,000 sit-ups a day. He deserved to be what he was. If you want to have a lot of money, Warren Buffett, by age 12 years old, had read every book in the Omaha, Nebraska library on investing. If you want to be in love, invest in love. If you want people to love you, be somebody that people deserve to love. And if you want to be fulfilled in what you do, spiritually, non-materialistically, deserve it.